Welcome to this tutorial. In this tutorial we are going to talk about music on hold. We normally use music on hold to play when somebody has been put on hold, when a caller has been put on hold. When a caller has been put on hold by an extension user who presses the hold button, the hold key or a button on the telephone set, on the desk phone, on the phone, probably a Mitel 69 series. So once the user presses the hold key, the system, the MiVoice Business Controller, will start to play music on hold to the caller. Number two, the second scenario is when a call is being transferred. When a call is being transferred, it is momentarily put on hold by the system, and then music on transfer. We are just going to call it music on transfer, although it is the same music on hold file that plays, will start to play. But this is when we have allowed in class of services for music to play during a transfer. So there is also other scenarios where we can have this music on hold playing, but for now let's look at these two scenarios, scenario 1 and scenario number 2. So music on hold could be, actually I'll represent it by MOH, music on hold. Music on hold could be, number 1, a proper musical file, which means we've got music, our instruments playing, which means we've got proper music with instruments and so forth, like a song. And this song should be a royalty free song. Or if not, if it's a song that you need to pay royalties for, then you need to go through the formalities of paying for that, the royalties for that song. Or number 2, this could it can be a recorded, it could be a recorded message, or what you can call a prompt. It's not a music, it's not a song, but it can also have some instruments playing within it. This could be a recorded message where we probably advertise our products. We advertise our products to callers, or we pass certain message. Probably there's an upcoming closure, an upcoming business closure. Maybe you want to do some stock taking, and on a particular day you are not going to be open for business. You can actually pass that information through music on hold. So when you are passing a message, you can then maybe have a script, record the message that you want to play, and then give it to a studio to record, and this is the message that you can upload and then play. And we have told you the scenarios where this plays. Now let's get on to the system and let's configure this to play. So let's log on to MiVoice Business. The first thing that we will look at, that we must make sure it's configured, is system options. We go into system options here. This is our system options, and we are going to look for music on hold. Let's go ahead and look for music on hold. So here is music on hold. We must make sure that it is set to yes. For our music on hold to play, it shouldn't be a no. Then secondly, we go to our class of service options. We go into the class of service for our extensions, and we look at music on hold on transfer. If at all we need the music on hold to play when we are transferring, we look at this. Local music source should be set to yes. Music on hold on transfer should be set to yes. And we move on with our configuration. We are going to go to system access points. We go to system access points. And here, what do? We are going to look at the music source. You can see here it's saying music source none, but we want to change this to embedded. Embedded means we are going to play music from within the MiVoice Business Controller, which means we are going to upload a musical file to the MiVoice Business, and this is the musical file that we are going to play. We are going to embed a musical file into the controller, and we are going to play as an embedded file. So we must make sure this is saying embedded. We can go ahead and do that. We click on change, and we go to music source. We change it from none to embedded, and then we save. Once we do that, we are going to go to music on hold, and we are going to go to system audio source update. And here we are going to go to music alternate audio. From music on hold, system audio source update, music hold, and then we are going to find a slot where we are going to upload our music. So we are going to have a music file. Let's say music file or position. Let's just say position, just for lack of a better way. We are going to start from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so forth. So we can upload our music file to slot number 1. Let's just say slot number 1, and maybe it is called music XYZ. And on slot number 2, we can upload another musical file, probably its name is ABC, so that when we are in the system, we can say, for music on hold, can you play what is on slot 0 or what is on slot 1? So the system is going to look at the slot file position number 2, for instance, and it's going to play whatever we've uploaded to onto that slot. So it's very, very important to take note of the slot that you upload your music onto. So the music file should be a WAV file. It should be a .wav file format. And what file format, what WAV parameters or WAV, let's see. it should be wave A-low or U-low 8 kilohertz 8-bit mono. So we are just going to go with A-low. So we are going to convert a file. I've got a file with me which is a royalty free that I am going to convert into those wave parameters. I am going to use g711.org, and I am going to browse to my file, which is I think it's here. Let me see, downloads, music. Yes, this is the musical file. It's a royalty free, and I'm going to convert it to let's say U-low. I'm going to convert it to U-low. And I will leave it the volume at medium, and then I'm going to submit. And you can go ahead and donate, but in my case I'm not going to donate. I'm just going to download my converted file. It is going to sit in the same folder. I can just play it to test it a bit. Okay, I'm happy with that. Then I'll go ahead and delete my MP3 format so that I am left with just the WAV file. Then I go back to my voice business. I'm going to use slot 0, and I'm going to scroll down, and it's going to say audio file browse, and I'm going to browse to downloads, music, and this is what I'm going to select that, and then I'm going to click on update here. At the bottom right corner, I click on update. It says audio source file update was successful, and I can see now on slot 0 where did I can now see that on slot 0 it is now showing the name of our music file. And if we go to embedded media source, I can see that on audio source ID number 1. Something is happening to my pencil. We can see that when we go to music on hold, embedded media source, we can see that on audio source ID, which I was calling a slot, or I was calling it a file position, whichever one. It was just to make it to simplify, but it's audio source ID. On 0 we can see that our music source is there, and we also have something on position number 1, which is audio source ID number 1. And then if we scroll down, we can see that the other positions or source IDs are blank. First, from number 2 going onwards, we can see that there is nothing there. So now to test, I've got a phone here. To test, I've got a phone here. which is a 6930. I am going to configure a key on one of the buttons here on the left hand side, which I am going to use for music on hold. I'm going to configure a key here. This is just for testing, such that when I press this key, the music is going to play and I can listen to the music. When I press on the button again, it will stop playing the music. This is just for testing purposes, and then when I'm happy, I'm just going to delete the key and let the system play that music. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. So we will do that by going into users, advanced multi-set keys. I am going to look, my extension is extension 2001, and I am going to change key button number 2. I am going to change key button number 2, which is not assigned. I am going to change that one. I'll highlight it and then I'll click on change member, and I'm going to say MOH, which is short for music on hold, and then line type is going to be music, and then I save. And then when I look onto my phone, I can see there's a button written MOH and it's off right now. So I am going to press on it. Okay, when I press the button, it plays, but you cannot yet, so I'm going to demonstrate for you in a different way. I'm going to pick up this phone and I'm going to call a Mitel extension, which is 2001, and then I call it. It's ringing. It's going to answer. So when the user has answered, he's going to press the hold button, and once the hold button has been pressed, you can hear the music is playing, and you can retrieve the call again, and then you can hang up. So the music on hold, when it is playing, the file is always playing continuously. It is always playing continuously. Okay, what I'm trying to draw is something like this. It is always playing. So when you put somebody on hold, it's going to start playing at any point that you catch it playing. It's not going to start from start to finish, or from start to end. Each time you press on hold, it's just going to play at any particular time point that you find it on. Doesn't mean that it's going to always play from start to end each time you press someone, you put somebody on hold, because the file is ever playing. So that is all for now, and thank you for watching. Enjoy your day. Bye bye.